In the last episode, I talked about strings. In this one, I'm actually going to be talking about tables and arrays and dictionaries. Right? So a table is essentially a variable, or no, it's not a variable. I lied. It's something with brackets. It's used to store things, right? But you have to initialize that table to a variable or return it from something. Otherwise, it will have the error. It'll error. So I'm going to do table underscore one equals this. So in this array, I'm going to keep 1, 2, right? I'll keep 3, and I'll keep 4 and keep 5. So if I were to do that, I could print table 1, and this will print out a table. This table has all of our stuff inside of it. Now what you can do with tables is you can do print table. We can print our first index, fifth index, right? It'll print 5 because it's our fifth index, right? You could also change this to 6. You could also change this to 6, well, not 76, whatever. It'll print 76 because that's our fifth index. You can print the second index, it'll print 2, and so on. So there's another thing called a dictionary. So a dictionary is a table, but with the keys, right? Normally, an array or a table just has indexes, but a dictionary actually has keys where you can call data, so it's or call things from. So this is good for storing player data or anything that needs to be retrieved quickly. So let's say we want to have amount. So we'll have an amount. It'll be 500, and then we'll have name equals Jimmy, right? And we don't have to worry about type specific variables because Lua does that for us. So we can print out our dictionary. When we print out our dictionary, we'll notice it gives us amount and name. So now we can do print dict.amount and dict.name. So now we have 500 and Jimmy, right? Because we are indexing the key. Now if we notice, normally, if you were to do 1, if we were to do dict1, first index, it will say null because first index does not exist because this is a key, not an index. Now if we were to do 5 here, it'll say our first index is 5 because we are not actually assigning a key to 5 because this is key specific. So everything in this dictionary has to have a key, otherwise it will not be able to be called unless we iterate through the table or know where it is in the table to be called. So now let's go back to arrays. So we'll just make a local table equals under table. We'll put F2 and set 5 in there. We're going to print table. We're going to call it the Roblox built-in table module. And we'll do table dot, I don't know, we'll do table dot unpack. We'll do table. This will print the unpacked version of our table. It unpacks everything in our table and it gives it to us. We could also do table dot find. And we'll just do ahead and do a 5, right? This will give us 5 because it's in our third index. So if we were to do, table or print table, our table that we made and do table.find, right? Table, our table, and then we were to do where we look for 5, this would actually print, what's the error here? Type number cannot be converted into what? It works okay, Roblox, you do you. So if we notice, since this table.find returns the index of our 5, right, we can just do table and index that index of 3 because this will return 3, right? 1, 2, 3. Now if we were to do the exact same thing and subtract 1 from that index, we get 2 because that's our second index. We could also subtract 2 from that and we'll get F because that is our first index. right? There's many other things you can do with tables, but this is just the base gist of it. So let's now, one last example I'll give is we'll make a dictionary and we'll set, so we'll have a player here, and then we're going to keep his data. We're going to set his player, the data equal to a table. We're going to have money equals 5, and then we're going to have an inventory, right? We can set that as a table too. And in that inventory, we can have keys, and we can set that to a table too. And inside that keys table, we can go money equals 500, for instance. Or no, we'll do key info equals another table. And then we can have amount equals 1, color equals red, and so on. Now, if we were to print this table or dictionary, we notice it says, okay, so player is a table, inventory is a table, keys is a table, keys info is a table, and then we have our thing, right? So we would have to do dictionary dot player dot inventory dot keys dot key info dot amount to get to this. Or if you want to be cool about it, you can just save this to a variable and do this. Local info equals inventory, right? Remove the parentheses. I'm going to go in and print info dot keys. And then we can do info dot keys dot key info, and then info dot keys dot key info dot amount, right? That shortens our code significantly. Now we can look at our key info, and we can look at our key info, right? So we can look at the two tables. We can look at the whole structure of our array or dictionary here. So you can store our dictionaries inside of dictionaries. You could also do this. You could also set random equals a stuff equals an array. You could also do that. So then I'll keep random stuff. We'll do 1, 2, and F. So now if we were to do, right, now if we were to do info dot keys dot key info dot random stuff, and we were to do 1 or 3, it'll print out F. Because that's our thing. So you can store dictionaries inside of tables. You can store tables inside of dictionaries. It really does not matter. They are all interchangeable. And that is how you use. That is what tables are in Roblox as well. Any questions, DM me.